Los Angeles. Rock icon and former Van Halen frontman Sammy Hagar is once again shedding light on one of the most turbulent chapters in his legendary career, touring alongside David Lee Roth. In a recent interview that has quickly gained attention among rock fans, Hagar spoke candidly about why sharing the stage with Roth ultimately became a nightmare and why he has no intention of ever doing it again. Hagar explained that the tension had little to do with musical ability or fan reception. Instead, the real problems unfolded behind the scenes, where personality clashes and conflicting attitudes toward professionalism created constant friction. According to Hagar, Roth, famously known as Diamond Dave, frequently complicated the tour by making last-minute changes, including pulling out of scheduled performances with little warning. One recurring issue, Hagar said, involved Roth claiming technical difficulties, such as a broken-down tour bus, just moments before showtime. As a result, Hagar often found himself rushing to the stage earlier than planned, not for personal gain, but to ensure that fans who had paid to see the show weren't left disappointed. Over time, these situations became exhausting and deeply frustrating. The stress of the tour began to take an emotional toll. Hagar admitted that his patience was repeatedly tested, recalling moments when tensions escalated to the point where he felt pushed beyond his limits. While he stopped short of turning the conflict physical, his remarks made it clear that the experience left a lasting impression. Despite the criticism, Hagar acknowledged Roth's undeniable charisma and legacy as a performer. Roth's over-the-top stage presence helped define Van Halen's early years and made him one of rock's most recognizable frontmen. However, Hagar argued that this same showmanship often crossed into competitive territory, with Roth seemingly focused on upstaging rather than collaborating. For Hagar, this mindset clashed directly with his vision of what a joint tour should represent. He emphasized that successful tours depend on teamwork, respect, and a shared commitment to the audience, values he felt were repeatedly undermined during their time on the road together. Because of those experiences, Hagar made his position clear. A full co-headlining tour with Roth is no longer an option, unless there were dramatic and unlikely changes in attitude and approach. These revelations come as Hagar promotes his current Best of All Worlds tour, a celebration of the various eras of Van Halen's music. The tour features longtime collaborator Michael Anthony and renowned guitarist Joe Satriani, and focuses on honoring the band's legacy rather than revisiting old conflicts. Interestingly, Hagar did leave one door partially open. He noted that Roth would still be welcome to join him on stage as a special guest for a song or two, a gesture of respect for history, but firmly ruled out the idea of returning as a full touring partner or co-headliner. For fans, Hagar's remarks offer rare insight into the personal dynamics that shaped Van Halen's complicated history. The rivalry between its two most famous frontmen has long been the subject of speculation, rumors, and debate. Now, decades later, Hagar's honesty adds clarity to why the tension never fully faded. In the end, this chapter serves as a reminder that even the biggest legends in rock and roll aren't immune to conflict, and that sometimes preserving a legacy means knowing when not to revisit the past.